Welcome to Easy A Homeschool Academy.
Everyday math. Math at the amusement park. The towering roller coasters, the flashing carnival games, and the scent of fresh popcorn create an atmosphere of pure excitement as families step through the gates of an amusement park. The thrill of the rides and the promise of adventure fuel the anticipation, but beneath the surface of the fun, a world of numbers, patterns, and calculations is quietly at work. Every detail of an amusement park is built upon a foundation of mathematics. The rides rely on precise measurements and calculations to ensure speed, balance, and safety. The park's layout is strategically designed to manage the flow of visitors, minimize wait times, and maximize efficiency. Even the smallest decisions, from purchasing tickets to choosing the best deal on a snack, involve numbers and logical thinking. Throughout the day, math is woven into every movement. The height restrictions on rides require an understanding of measurement, while estimating the wait time in a ride queue involves basic division and time calculations. The physics behind a roller coaster's loops and drops can be explored through geometry and acceleration formulas, and the games scattered throughout the park present a real-world lesson in probability and statistics. For children and families who embrace learning through real-world experiences, an amusement park becomes more than just a place for entertainment. It transforms into an interactive classroom where every ride, game, and transaction offer a hands-on opportunity to apply mathematical concepts. The numbers that once seemed confined to textbooks now take shape in the towering structures of roller coasters, the spinning wheels of chance, and the rhythmic timing of a carousel's rotation. By the end of the day, whether keeping track of expenses, calculating ride speeds, or analyzing game outcomes, visitors will have engaged with math in ways they never expected. The amusement park, often seen as an escape from school and routine, reveals itself as an ideal setting for real-world learning, where fun and education blend seamlessly into one thriving adventure. Before heading to the park, let's set a budget. Tickets cost $55 per person online, but $65 at the gate. Buying online for a family of four saves $40, making it the better choice. Parking adds another $20, with an option for preferred parking at $35, but the standard lot is chosen to save money. Food costs require careful planning. A meal inside the park averages $15 per person, totaling $60 for lunch. Bringing snacks eliminates the need for extra purchases, reducing overall spending. Souvenirs are given a $25 limit per person, ensuring that purchases remain reasonable. Carnival rides, known for their low odds, are budgeted at $10 per person, a small allowance to enjoy a few attempts without overspending. So let's look at the final budget plan. Tickets, with the online discount, for a family of four will be $220. Standard parking is $20. Food, $60. Souvenirs, $100. Games, $40. Total estimated cost for this trip to the amusement park is $440. Throughout the day, each purchase is tracked, comparing actual spending to the budget. By making smart choices, costs stay under control while still allowing for a fun-filled day. Navigating the park with math. The family starts by planning the quickest route to their first ride using the park map. The map's scale shows that the distance from the entrance to the major roller coaster is 1,200 feet. Walking speed is estimated at 3 feet per second. So we take 1,200 feet divided by 3 feet per second, that's about 400 seconds. 400 seconds divided by 60 seconds will give us 6 minutes and 67 seconds, approximately a 7-minute walk. So they expect to reach the ride in 7 minutes. Once there, they check the app and see the current wait time is 25 minutes, while the average wait is 45 minutes. Deciding to take advantage of the shorter wait, they estimate the total time spent at this ride. The total time spent at this ride can be calculated in this way. Wait time plus ride duration. So wait time is 25 minutes, ride duration is 3 minutes, so they will spend approximately 28 minutes at this ride location. If the budget were 30 minutes per ride, they estimate how many they can fit before lunch. Assuming they have about 2.5 hours or 150 minutes before lunch, they can calculate the number of rides they can use before lunch. Number of rides before lunch can be calculated as such: 150 minutes divided by 30 minutes per ride, so the family can take approximately 5 rides before lunchtime. As they move through the park, they adjust their calculations based on new wait times and walking distances, ensuring they maximize their time while minimizing unnecessary delays. The physics of rides. Each amusement park operates on precise mathematical principles. Roller coasters rely on speed, acceleration, and gravity to create thrilling drops and loops. Observing a coaster in motion, the family estimates its top speed using distance and time calculations. If the track length is, say, 3,000 feet and the ride duration is about 90 seconds, we can use this formula. Speed is equal to distance over time. So 3,000 feet divided by 90 seconds, that's approximately 33.3 feet per second, which translates to about 23 miles per hour. Geometry plays a role. The loop radius determines the g-force felt by riders. If a loop has a 30-foot radius, they estimate the centripetal acceleration using physics formulas. Even the Ferris wheel demonstrates math. Its circular motion and height can be estimated using trigonometry to determine how high riders are at different points of rotation. By breaking down these real-world calculations, the family gains a deeper understanding of how amusement rides use math to create excitement while ensuring safety. Probability and statistics in carnival games. At the carnival game booths, the family quickly realizes that winning isn't just about skill. It's also about probability. They decide to track their results, collecting data to analyze the odds of success. First, they try the ring toss, where the objective is to land a ring on a bottle. If there are 50 bottles and only 5 winning spots, the probability of a single successful throw can be calculated as such: winning outcomes divided by total outcomes. So that's 5 divided by 50. That's about a 10% chance. After 10 attempts, they record only 1 successful toss, closely matching the expected probability. Next, they play the basketball shot game, where the hoop is slightly smaller than a standard one. Observing others, they estimate that 1 in 5 players make a successful shot. They test this by attempting 10 shots and recording their results. By tracking wins and losses across different games, they notice patterns. Some games have higher success rates, while others are nearly impossible to win. By applying statistics and probability, they make informed decisions about where to spend their money, avoiding games with extremely low chances of success. Food and concessions. As the family gets hungry, they face the task of deciding where and what to eat. The food options in the park vary in price, and they want to make sure they are getting the best value for their money. They analyze different meal combos using fractions and ratios to make the most economical choice. For example, a burger combo costs $15 and includes a 12-ounce drink and fries. Another option is a chicken tenders combo for $16, which comes with a 16-ounce drink and fries. To determine which meal offers the best deal based on drink size, they calculate the price per ounce of drink for each meal. So, for the burger combo, $15 divided by 12 ounces, it means they're spending $1.25 per ounce. For the chicken tenders combo, they will take the $16 cost divided by 16 ounces, and that comes out to $1 per ounce. The chicken tenders combo offers the best value per ounce of drink, so they decide to go with that option. Next, they think about splitting a large pizza that costs $24. The pizza has 8 slices, so each slice costs $24 divided by 8 slices, that's $3 per slice. Since they are a family of 4, they split the pizza into 4 equal portions. Each person gets 2 slices. So the total cost per person for the pizza is $24 divided by 4 people, that is $6 per person. Using fractions and ratios, they're able to make decisions that balance price with the size and quantity of the meal, ensuring they get the most value for their money while enjoying the park's offerings. Souvenir shopping. As the day winds down, the family heads toward the souvenir shops to pick out mementos. Each person has a $25 budget for souvenirs, and they begin to browse comparing prices. They find a t-shirt for $22, a keychain for $8, and a mug for $12. They want to make sure they stay within their budget, so they quickly calculate how many items they can buy without exceeding their $25 limit. Calculating total cost. One t-shirt is $22. With a t-shirt priced at $22, buying it would leave them with $3 remaining from the budget. One keychain costs $8, plus one mug that costs $12. Combined, the total is 8 plus 12 is 20. The family can afford this combination, leaving $5 from the $25 budget. To ensure they're getting the best deal, they check if there are any discounts available. The store offers a 10% off sale on all items. They decide to calculate how much they will save on each item if they buy it during the sale. Let's calculate the discount. The t-shirt discount, $22 times 10% is $2.20 saved. The t-shirt would only cost $19.80. For the keychain discount, if they take the $8 and multiply it by a 10% discount, they would save 80 cents. So the keychain would only cost $7.20. For the mug discount, they would take the $12 purchase price and multiply it by a 10% discount, and so they would be saving $1.20 if they were to buy the mug. Therefore, the mug would only cost $10.80. So, after applying the 10% discount, they reassess their purchases. A t-shirt at $19.80, a keychain $7.20, and a mug for $10.80 would exceed the $25 budget. Instead, they buy the t-shirt and the keychain for $19.80 plus $7.20 for $27, just above the budget but still manageable for a souvenir. This process of applying percentages, calculating discounts, and staying within the budget illustrates the real-world value of math in everyday decision-making. The family's day at the amusement park was not only filled with fun, but also rich with real-world math applications, from budgeting and comparing prices to analyzing probability and calculating speeds. Math was everywhere. They started by planning their budget, using simple arithmetic to compare ticket prices, parking costs, and food options. The time management skills they applied ensured they maximized their day by minimizing wait times and walking distances. The roller coaster's speed was calculated using basic physics, while the family learned about probability and statistics through carnival games, estimating odds and tracking their results. They also explored value for money in food and souvenirs, calculating cost per ounce and comparing prices with discounts. By using math in these everyday park activities, the family not only stayed within their budget, but also gained a deeper appreciation for how math helps make informed, efficient decisions. Their day turned out to be a fun and educational adventure, proving that math isn't just for the classroom. It's a part of every experience.
As always, thank you for watching. Tell us what you want to see next. Email ezahomeschoolacademy@yahoo.com. Like and share our videos. Please subscribe to our channel.